Hello everybody, welcome to this Let's Play. Well, it's going to be just a single, I guess, showcase Let's Play episode. My name's Kearon with Explorminate, and this is Age of Wonders 3 Eternal Lords. Dun 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 dun, and yeah, it's great. So keep in mind this is a preview build, so things are subject to change before the final release of the game. But I wanted to show you guys the Frostlings. So, this is actually really late in the game. This jerk tried surrendering to me, but I was like, nah, I need to get this video. So I have 3 stacks here with each of the Frostlings units. So quickly, I'm going to go through each unit, and then we'll show them off on the battlefield. Well, actually, let's just do it all in the battlefield. That would be more beneficial, probably, rather than then you'll know what they look like. So. Alright, so we're attacking. So let's start on this end. This is a golden dragon that is with this stack because I figured, why not? He's not a Frostling, so ignore him. But he's pretty, right? So here's some of the basic tier 1 units. We have the Frostling Ice Scraper. Let's just check them out here. So they have Throw Ice Ball and Melee Strike. Ignore the Blight damage. Yeah, Poison Mastery's on. It's a rogue spell, so ignore that. They just have the physical and frost damage. But anyway, so they can throw Ice Ball here, as you can see. It has a chance to freeze an enemy for 2 turns. It's a single shot, so it doesn't do a lot of damage, but that chance to freeze can be really good. Obviously, it's like less successful. Well, a lower percentage of success against better units and whatnot. But that is friggin' ridiculous. You probably have heard about this. I hate it because it seems to proc against me a lot. But I think that's just because it's new. I don't think it's necessarily overpowered or anything. Yeah. Then we jump down here to Shatter Strike. So this kind of works in conjunction with their Throw Ice Ball. So any unit that, what's interesting is actually frozen, petrified, and stone skin. So you do know you can petrify units offensively. Stone skin is actually a spell your enemy might use, but then frozen is probably what will come into play more with these guys. They have 5 physical damage bonus against frozen targets, so that works in conjunction with their Ice Ball. Let's just go over the Frostlings real quick. So you can see they like Barons, they hate Volcanic, probably because they melt, right? Makes sense. They have 60% Frost Protection, 40% Fire Weakness, Arctic Running, which just lets them move quicker over Arctic terrain. Fast Embark, which is also right down here. Basically, the unit doesn't pay any extra move points when disembarking. And the unit doesn't require any move points to embark onto Water Hex. So basically they can just get off and on boats a little quicker. I think that has to do with, I don't know if they go as far as to be like where they walk the water freezes kind of thing. But yeah, so that's a bonus overall. And then Warhols cost less, but that doesn't really affect this video or the units. And then finally, Frost Weapons. So that is what gives, well, I guess I should explain it. The unit does 5 frost damage at the expense of 4 less melee damage. So normally this guy would be doing 9 damage, but instead part of it's split with frost. So overall, I mean, the damage isn't really affected. I guess technically you gain a damage because you gain 5 frost and only lose 4 physical. It just varies it, which is nice, unless you're fighting someone with big old frost protection. That's nice, I think, to vary the damage type. So there's the Ice Scraper, pretty basic tier 1, as I said. Over here, well, these are your hand-to-hand tier 1 guys. We got the Frostling Raiders. Look at them there. Zoom out, zoom in. Yeah, they're hitting their shields there. So again, melee strike, they have the frost weapon, so part of their melee damage has been converted into frost. And again, ignore the blight. Arctic Concealment. They have improved wall climbing, which is nice. They suffer no penalties when they're climbing up the wall, so when they're on the ladder there, they don't have that defensive disadvantage. They also have Demolisher, where their melee attacks do extra damage to machines or obstacles. Then let me look for anything else special. Frost weapons, already talked about. And then they also have Shatter Strike, it looks like, so that is nice. They don't really have any special abilities, so they're just your typical kind of trash infantry. They're not bad, but okay. Frostlings, Harpoon Throw. These are probably my favorite tier 1 unit. Let me explain why. So they technically have polearm, which is nice. So you have a unit that's kind of good against mounted units at the beginning when you're fighting monsters and stuff. Throw Harpoon, though, is pretty cool. It's only a one shot, it only procs once, right? It's not like a bow which shoots 3 times. Pretty decent damage, 8 physical, 7 frost, but it has a chance to immobilize a unit, which means they cannot move for 2 turns. Now, it isn't quite as good as like the Entangled ability where they can't do anything. They can still shoot and whatnot, but immobilizing in conjunction with the freezing from the ice ball, your tier 1 units provide you a lot of ability to, I guess, harass in the form of snaring your enemy, just by the fact that they're attacking, which is great. So that's the Harpoon Thrower. I don't think they have, nothing else special with them. That's just the Harpoon ability, so it's medium range, suffers a 75% line of sight penalty, but I mean, most are using that to immobilize people, so those are the tier 1 units. So let's jump up to the Frostlings Royal Guard. Tier 2, these are your Pikemen. So melee strike can proc up to 3 times. I mean, so 14 damage 3 times, it's not bad, especially if you are attacking a mounted unit or such. So they have all the typical first strike and everything associated with Pikemen. One thing they do have, and this isn't by default, I don't think this is wrong. I'm pretty sure this is a racial upgrade. It gives them lifesteal, which is cool. Because they have this sweet ability called Pledge of Protection. Now, what happens is the unit gains +2 defense. So the Royal Guards, let me be clear. So we're up to 13 defense. And then they link themselves to either a Frostling Hero, a Frostling Queen, or Frostling Witch, or a female Frostling unit that has not already been linked. And I'm pretty sure those are all the female units. You just have the Witches and the Queens. So what that does then is any damage dealt to that character is instead dealt to this guy until he dies. But on top of that, the damage that they're taking is reduced by 35%. That lasts till the end of combat. So it's really great, like with my rogue hero I'm playing right now. Throw this on him. This guy's back here just soaking up the hits. I mean, with that 35% damage reduction, it's essentially he soaks up 90 hits of damage. He might be ranked up a little bit, but essentially close to or around 90 hits total. So that's awesome. Or if you use that in conjunction with the Ice Queens, which we'll get to in a second, it can also be very effective. But if that's not good enough, they have Inflict Frostbite, which is just a chance to proc whenever they attack, just like many other abilities in the game. And Frostbite units have -2 defense, so that's pretty cool. You can drop the defensive people, and they get better. They also have Explosive Ice Death, so when this unit dies, they deal 10 physical and 10 frost damage to all units within a 1 hex radius. So not that you necessarily need to suicide these guys in. They're pretty tough with everything they have, but when they do die, they're really good if they're in the middle of everything. I mean, obviously, free 20 damage on everything around you is great, as long as it's not too many of your allies, I guess. So we'll skip the mammoths. We'll save them for the last tier 2 because I like them the most. let's go to the Frostling White Witch. So this is one of the 2 units, I guess 3 if you're including the hero, that the I've already forgot their name. Jeez, the Pikemen, the Royal Guard can link themselves to. But the White Witches are just kind of your typical support unit. They've got Dispel, they've got Castigate, which is 4 Frost, 5 Fire, 3-time proc. So just your typical range strike. Also a pretty decent melee attack. They have a neat ability called Grant Frozen Flames, which means that the unit can... so the unit that's buffed with this receives Inflict Chilling, 80% fire protection, which is really big, like especially if you're fighting Draconian, right? Because the Frostlings all have like a 60% fire weakness, I believe. 40%, excuse me. And then they do +2 frost and +2 fire damage with melee or ranged attacks. So it's a pretty good buff. Inflict Chilling, what that is, if a unit is inflicted by it, they lose a defense and they have 20 frost weakness for 2 turns. That's limited only to like living, non-spiritual, non-machine units. But so if you see so far, I mean, there's a lot of you want to get your enemy they're frozen, immobilized, chilled in some way, so they have that frost weakness. They can't move. It's really fun to play. It's kind of just a lot of automatic ensnaring happening, or harassing, I suppose. Besides that, I think that's pretty much it with the White Witches. They're fun units to use. Very enjoyable. So that brings us over to the Woolly Mammoths. Bum. They need you to zoom out to see them all the way. Yeah. They're really good. So 19 damage. Oh, he's veteran. He's a little stronger. So probably 17 damage, I think, by default, which is pretty powerful, especially in conjunction with the massive health they have. They have like 82 health to start with, I think. So for a tier 2 unit with 8 upkeep, that's pretty good. I mean, they are mounted, so they're vulnerable to, obviously, polearm, pikemen, stuff like that. But they have some pretty good offensive abilities. They can wall crush, which I thought they'd be better at it. They seem to take forever to knock walls down. I think it's just their melee damage. So they're not great at that, but they can crush walls if needed. They can work on knocking them down. Devastating Charge. The unit does 4 damage. 4 additional damage while charging. So what's charge normally? 6, it looks like. So you're getting 10 that first charge. So these guys hit really hard that first turn, and they have a lot of health to soak up damage once they get in there. But you want to charge them in. That Devastating Charge, I cannot state enough how much damage that feels like they do that first turn. So that's pretty cool. That's the tier 2 units. So let's move on finally to the Frostling Ice Queen, which is pretty cool. So here's your tier 3 unit. So your racial tier 3, right? Melee damage 7, physical 6, ice. They have a neat ability called Ice Nova. So what that does, everybody directly adjacent to the caster takes 8 frost damage, and all units within 3 hexes have guard broken. So you charge her up there, you break guard, you get a little damage off, but more importantly, you broke guard. Have pretty good health to start off with, decent defense overall. Oh, I was like, what? Last Rite of Winter. This is actually something you do on the world map. And if I remember, I should do that at the end. You should do that. Not in combat, but on the world map. And then finally, the best thing I think about the Frostling Ice Queens is the fact that anybody right around her suffers from extreme cold. So basically that means they have 40% frost weakness. They lose 1 resistance, and they take 5 damage every turn. And Frostlings are immune to this. So she gets you further weak to all that frost damage that is going to be coming on every Frostling unit. So that is the Frostlings. So without any further ado, let's get this battle started. So, this should be a pretty easy battle. Yeah, they don't really have much going for them. I'm just going to cast Smoke Screen. There we go. Alright, so let's move the White Witches up. We'll see if we can draw some people out. By people, I mean the defenders. We'll get everybody over here. Really try to... Oh yeah, we'll attack that fence. Good job. We'll really try to get everybody. I should not be rushing them. Sorry, you probably want to see the animations. I'll try to get everybody in combat at least once, so we can kind of get an idea. Maybe we can get some lucky frozen procs off, so you can see how that works too. I'm actually going to leave that golden dragon back there. I just want to show off the Frostlings. So here we go. Rabbits look like they don't like the Frostlings very much for some reason. Gonna get fireworked here. Throw poison bolts, good for them. Okay. So, this is kind of great. I don't think I mentioned this. So the Frosting Witches, if you can see, have a chance to chill and scorch their opponents. So, basically, if there's some way they can make their life bad, they will. So we get a mobilize off, 24% chance. Nope, they resisted it. That's okay. I mean, that's kind of be expected. Position this Ice Queen over here. This White Witch right here. See that fire and ice. Hitting them pretty nice. Up here. Let's get my mammoths. We'll attack the wall. See, so we got devastating charge that first time. So yeah, he did 30 damage the first time, 16 the second. That just kind of shows how these guys hit really hard. After that initial hit, they fortunately, if you're fighting them, don't do nearly as much damage. If you survive that initial charge, you probably have a chance, I guess is what I'm saying after that. Because I know some people were worried that the mammoths are a little overpowered. I'm not sure. This is a preview build. I've only played 15 or 20 hours probably so far. It's hard to say if the mammoths are overpowered or not. I don't think they are. I just think they're kind of a meat shield. But we'll see. They might change that launch. They might change that post launch. Well, I think just depends on how they perform. But what are these guys up there? Didn't even look at them. Oh, just get some wraiths. It's nothing too exciting. Come on, that's what I want. Let's knock this wall down, dude. There we go, 12 damage. Oh, you're not gonna get it, are you? Are you? Boom, you got it. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so let's see. Can these ice scrapers get a freeze off? No chance. 30% chance that they're frozen for 2 turns. Oh, and they got lucky. Quite literally, they were lucky. Will they be lucky now, though? Oh, they resisted it. That's okay. Alright, so we'll devastatingly charge these fools. Not bad. Alright. I think once we kill their range units, they'll be more ready to come out and play. If that makes sense. Kill the brewers. Oh, those halflings and their luck. I tell you what. So I mean, this isn't supposed to be a hard battle. If I lost this, I wouldn't forgive myself. That's essentially where we are right now. Let's get you up here. You can attack that gate. Oh, I fumbled. Probably because I'm on Baron. Okay, so we'll do Pledge of Protection. So this guy's now soaking it all up. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if the Raiders really get in combat. I'm not... Hopefully no one's really going to feel bad if they don't get in combat. Yeah, I can't get that. Alright. We'll call the turn. I want to show off the Frost Queen's abilities. Hopefully somebody comes out. Oh, they dispelled that. That's too bad. Charge into the Kearon. Oh, wait, they weren't... Oh, they entangled my mammoth? Really? You're gonna do that? Come on. No. Not my cute ice guys. Oh, so you see the exposed there. Doing damage to it. To this guy. So he's got frost weakness. Oh, I was like physical weakness. Yeah, he's a halfling. That's right. I did this. It doesn't do a whole lot. Go. Pledge of Protection still saving me, so I'm currently just sitting there not really taking anything. 30%. Do I have a better percent chance on anybody? We're going to get our frozen off before we're done. Oh, they resisted. So sad. Okay, I said I wasn't going to use this guy, but we're going to use him for good. Can we, yes, you can. Ha. Because I want to try to get these guys to freeze somebody. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Come on. Law statistics says I should have had that. But it didn't happen. Alright, go charge that Wraith. Goodbye. We'll get them up here. These, they'll protect the slide, and I guess we'll get the Axeman over there as well. Okay, Ice Queen still just waiting to get through somehow. You know, I really probably should, see if we can mobilize someone. Come on. Nope, you resisted. You would. Okay, we'll cast this on the Queen. For just more attack. And then we'll attack these guys. Boop, 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 boop. Some of you guys have probably already seen these with some of our other Let's Plays, but I thought I'd do a video just dedicated to the Frostlings. It's my Let's Play technically. It's the Tigerin, so... No, don't kill my mammoth. They're so mean. Yeah, see, they're taking it down. Just fine. Okay. Let's freeze somebody this turn, guys. Let's get with the program. And freeze somebody. 30% chance. I don't want you to kill him, I want you to freeze him. Come on. How many times have I... This is like this. There we go. So let's rotate the camera around. Oops. This way. There we go. So as you can see, they're frozen. Which sucks for them. They can't do anything for 2 turns. They can take damage, but they resist all frost and fire damage. Which is interesting that there's fire. It's probably because they're frozen, so I guess they're technically like... impenetrable to that? I don't know. If you're frozen rock solid, I guess you can't, but... Okay, so these guys right there, I mean, they should have taken a lot more damage if they were a normal unit, because they're currently on the wall. So, I guess I was talking them down a little bit. They are good, especially for attacking cities. I just feel like you won't use them as much late game because of higher tiered units. Yeah, unfortunately, Ice Queen, we're not really getting to show off this time. They shine a lot more on the battlefield itself, or when you're surrounded by people. I don't know. I mean, they're not dying, right? But their abilities, being adjacent to people, freezing them, all that stuff, is much more conducive to an open battlefield than trying to get over a wall. So, probably going to lose a mammoth here in a second, which will be sad, but we'll cope. I'm pretty sure we're gonna win the battle still. So. Alright. Well, overall, ooh, yeah, explosive death was bad right there. I shouldn't have him right up next to my screen. Noob move, don't do that. Oh, my mammoth died, sad. Overall, Frostlings are very fun to play. They're really just a different race. I think you guys will have fun with them. It's kind of cool to see what combos you can get going with kind of the freezing and whatnot. I'll be interested to see some of kind of the more deadly combinations people might come up with in regards to the Frostlings and the different classes. So charge that door down. Come on, Mammoth. There we go. And that's going to be it. I'm not going to bother. I won't get through this door with Ice Queen. So, once this is done, this will be it for this video. But hopefully this has shed some light on the Frostlings for you guys. Maybe answered any questions you had. They're fun to play. Look forward to them. They're fun. Both the races that are added are great. But alright, well there we are. Frostlings are victorious. Let's take this city. We're just going to auto that. There we go. Alright. And we have won. So, yeah, this game was kind of, I was just keeping it going for that. But, alright. Anyways, if you have any more questions about the Frostlings, just ask in the comments below. I try to check that once or twice a day. I'll try to get back to you. But hopefully that at least gave a decent explanation for the units. And you got to see how they operate, kind of. So. But, yeah, I think that's it. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Check out the other Age of Wonders 3 Eternal Lords coverage we have on the Explorminate YouTube page. I got a Let's Play going. We have some streams going on Twitch a few nights a week. That's pronounced things right. And whatnot. So, check it out. And, as always, we appreciate you supporting us and checking our stuff out. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks.